Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sim's YouTube channel, and welcome back to Midtown USA. This is episode number 24. And just as I had indicated after we got finished with episode number 23, that I would do some off-camera work to kind of catch us up with keep the animals going and everything. And also went ahead and harvested the sunflower fields. I think in episode number 23, we took care of the two small ones, which we were kind of playing as if we planted those for the local high school, the FFA. As you can kind of tell, we are in the very next game day. That was on Friday that we did 5 and 6. And we also did field number 7 off camera that same game day. So we are now Saturday, the very next game day, the second game day of autumn. And I would have normally skipped this game day, but look at the weather there. We do have 3 days of rain coming up, and we are busy at work already getting our cornfield harvested here, coming up on field number 8, I believe it is. It's a pretty good sized cornfield, and we've already got the boys out here working this morning. We've got them in the New Holland combine there, and hopefully he's going to be able to do his thing and make his turn there. I'm not sure why he's just paused there, but we'll see if they can sort that out. And we have leased a John Deere combine, which we're going to have over here on the other side of the field, and we're basically going to work towards the middle. Now what's going to be happening is the New Holland combine is actually going to be, we'll park under this shade tree over here. I think this will kind of be out of the way. The New Holland combine will actually be working with a tractor tipper. We've got the DB50 tipper that's going to be hauling corn from the field to the main farm silo. And then over here on this field, we actually have our Challenger tractor that we haven't really used much of this season. We've got that pulling an auger wagon, and he is going to dump into a stationary semi. So let's see, it looks like they sorted themselves out, so they are moving once again, which is obviously a good thing. So we will just kind of get everything was opened up there, I suppose, and let's go ahead and get our rig here fired up. And I am going to turn on GPS just to make things a little easier, I think, maybe for us. Hopefully, I think we are in the track there where we want to be. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the line so that we are also ready to grab a screenshot, and we'll get this guy here booted up, fired up, and let's get rolling. Let's get making some corn with our John Deere combine here. Now this was the combine, I had 2 of these on Snetterton Farm, and we never got around to harvesting on Snetterton Farm. That was part of the 24 game day challenge, and I just kind of got burned out before we even got to the good stuff, the harvest. But you know, it is what it is. But I wanted to bring this over here because well, I just like me some John Deere green tractors and equipment and everything, and so you can't go wrong with the John Deere stuff. And I'm going to have to undo GPS here just a little bit and weave my way over slightly so I don't hit the tipper there or hit the trailer, the belly dump trailer. Now you all know that I sort of ran into a little bit of a problem with getting the semi to work on a couple of fields here on Midtown, and I gotta say that I so appreciate my wonderful fans, my wonderful viewers out there, because you guys are so quick to chime in and give me some advice, give me some help, even sometimes when I don't even ask for it, when I'm too, well, maybe just I'm not going to use the word stupid. Stupid is as stupid does, is what Forrest Gump says. But just maybe I don't have the sense to ask for help. Sometimes you guys will help point things out to me, and I really appreciate that. There is a little more to, you know, playing this game when you are recording and trying to keep your thoughts going and come up with things to talk about and say and all this kind of stuff. And so sometimes you guys just kind of help fill in the pieces for me, and I really do appreciate that. But had some really good, and let me just get that over there so we can lift our header up, had some really good information, some really good advice on what I need to do possibly to fix the problem with with the belly dump trailer and everything, and that is use something that is called a mother bin. Now, I had never heard that term before, and I will just tell you that basically what it is, or what a particular individual, and I'm terrible with names. I'm terrible with names in the real world, let alone in the sort of virtual, this gaming world and everything, YouTube content creation and everything. So my bad. But somebody had turned me on to the mother bin concept, and I don't think it would really work on this map, simply because this is not a very big map. The fields are obviously the trees and everything, a lot of close-in work and everything. But essentially, the mother bin is just a gigantic, ginormous, I think it's like 150,000 liter capacity auger wagon, but it's not designed to be pulled on the field to the combine. You basically have a setup similar to what we might have here with our Challenger tractor here, where you've got a tractor pulling a smaller auger wagon, maybe in the 35 to 45,000 capacity range, which would be obviously coming around and emptying our combine in this context here, our John Deere combine. And then it would be essentially, after it fills up or gets nearly full, it would then drive and pull the smaller auger wagon to the mother bin, the larger auger wagon. It would dump into that, and then your semis, your tippers, or your belly dump trailers or whatever would come and essentially empty into the mother bin. And then of course your semis would come along and take the content from the mother bin, and then transport that wherever it needs to go. So we may actually play around with that. We may play around with that on Tazwell, and I'm kind of thinking that maybe we don't really need to go with the big 150,000, or maybe it's 185,000. It's just ginormous, ladies and gentlemen. It really is huge, and I'm not sure if we need to go with anything quite that large. I'm kind of thinking maybe one of the larger 50, 60,000 liter jobs that might be part of the Big Bud pack or something might work well for that, because again, as long as you've got semis coming up, on a regular enough basis to empty from your field side container, then I think everything will be fine. We'll just have to kind of play it and see. I might just use the mother bin on Tazwell, because what we might do is, once the crops come into ready to harvest for Tazwell, we might just tackle it where we just harvest 2 or 3 fields at the same time. We'll lease some combines if we need to. We've got plenty. We've got Billy Bob, we've got Jack. There we can hire in some guys as well. Both Billy Bob and Jack have friends now that they've met that can kind of help out on the farm and everything. And we might just take in multiple fields and have park the mother bin kind of in between, and then just have multiple fields harvesting at the same time. Because what my plan is for Tazwell, which is a little different than what we have obviously been doing both here and with some of our other maps, is I plan to basically go from field to grain silo, to the sell point, essentially, with Tazwell. We're not going to, I think, with wheat, we may bring our wheat back to our main farm silo and store that. But I think the corn and the soybeans, I think we are going to basically go directly from the field. We're going to take that directly to the buyer, and that's quite a cool concept. That is how some real life farms, at least some of those that I've watched on YouTube, do operate that way as well, and hopefully they're getting empty. Yep, looks like hopefully they are. Yeah, 43%. So I love it when, I do absolutely love it when Courseplay is firing on all cylinders and everything is working the way that it's supposed to. It's just so enjoyable to whether you are driving a combine or whether you just want to sit back and watch everything, all the pieces sort of fall into place. It's just fun to do when everything is working correctly, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? And I know that some of you guys use Courseplay, maybe some of you don't. I will say that if you don't use Courseplay, there's nothing cheating about it. I know that sometimes people have sort of maybe an apprehension of using it because it is sort of cheating, but it's not really. I mean, if you want to simulate, running a large farm similar to what we're doing here or in Tazewell, just look at it as it's just your workers. It's just your hired help. And of course, the game Farm Sim 17 obviously does accommodate hired workers and everything, but the hired workers, the functionality, at least through Courseplay, when it's working correctly, when everything is working the way that it's supposed to, is just so awesome. It's so amazing what we have access to and how well it works. And I need to drop my header, don't I? There, if I'm going to do that correctly. But it's really great to be in the harvest season. I know that these maps, both Tazewell and MidTown, these things are kind of almost in sync with each other, and I've kind of wobbled there on my line. Things are almost in sync with each other. We are coming up pretty soon on starting to harvest on Tazewell. Probably, obviously, the wheat's probably going to come in first. Let's see, MT700 is slipping. Yeah, well, I tell you what, the track, the Challenger track is just a little, I don't know, I don't like it. It was part of the map. I'm pretty sure it was part of the map. I don't think that was something that I purchased to add to the map, but it doesn't have a very tight turning radius for that reason. It will slip if things are not, if you're not careful. And I really almost replaced it and went with a wheeled tractor, because even in my just setting up the Courseplay course, I was finding that it was causing some problems. So I don't know if it's going to sort itself out or not. Yeah, it looks like he made the turn okay. Let's see if we can get a nice screenshot here. I don't know where the other guys are. They're over there. Don't worry about getting them into the picture. And that looks good. But yeah, and I was just going to say that if you're not using Courseplay, but if it's something that you think you might like to try, I would invite you to look through my YouTube channel. And I've got a series of Courseplay tutorials, and I do realize that I need to update a few of those. I need to add a couple of tutorials. There's a few things that we have access to, or some functionality that we have access to that we didn't necessarily have when I did those tutorials. But I will invite you to go out and check those out, take a look at those. They really are sort of geared to the new Courseplay user, but also, I mean, if you've been using it before, but maybe you have a question or you have an issue or whatever, feel free to go out and take a look at those. You will find them on my channel. I do have a list that's called Courseplay 2017 tutorials or something like that. But if you can't find them, just hit me up over on Discord. The link to Discord is down below the video area there, and you can come over and give me a message on Discord, and I can help you find what you're looking for. Or if there's a specific task that you want to learn about with Courseplay, I can point that video out to you, and if it's something that I haven't yet recorded, I will try to do that. I'm going to try to get some things caught up, and I think I'm slowly starting to get out of my busy schedule thing with work and getting behind and everything with some of the other stuff that I was going on. And I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys are going to start seeing a little more farm sim content coming out on a weekly basis on the channel, and I'm very pleased to be able to do that, and hopefully you will enjoy that as well. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and if I've already said that, my apologies. I do try to say that the first part of the video, and if I don't do it, then I sometimes forget if I've said it. And so I hope everyone is having a wonderful wonderful day. I'm not really sure when. I'm thinking this video is going to let's see, I'm thinking this video is going to come out after April 1st, so after the Easter weekend and everything. So hopefully, I will just go ahead and say hopefully everybody had a wonderful Easter. Of course, I'm talking about that beforehand. It's let's see, it's the 22nd of March today, and it was a beautiful day today in the Mile High City. Let me tell you, it was about 70 degrees today. We've got another 70-degree day tomorrow, and I think Saturday is going to fall somewhere in the mid 60s, and then things are going to cool down for a day or two the first part of the week the week leading up to the Easter weekend. I think things are going to be a little cool, maybe a little wet, and I will tell you that we do need the moisture. We need the moisture here really bad. I don't know if other folks are feeling the pinch on the dryness. I know that there's probably folks in the New England area where my dear friend Eustace Pharmer lives. He's probably sick and tired of snow, nor'easters, and moisture and everything up in his neck of the woods. But I can tell you that folks around here in the Rocky Mountain areas are pretty much sick and tired of snow, or I'm sick and tired of the drought, I should say. We could use some snow. The ski resorts have really suffered this year, you know, with ski season almost over, the ski season almost behind us, you know, it's pretty much going to be a bust year, I think. I had hoped that maybe we would have some spring heavy snow, some spring blizzards, something like that, but I don't think that that's going to occur. Way back in about 2000 and I don't know, 3 or 4, we had a 3 to 4 foot blizzard that came through on St. Patrick's Day, and of course St. Patrick's Day was about 5 or 6 days ago, I think, and of course that ship has sailed as far as that is concerned. But I do remind everyone, we were talking about this actually at work today, that actually we had snow. We had probably 4 or 5 inches of snow the week before Memorial Day last year. So anything is possible in as far as weather is concerned, and so we'll just have to hopefully get either some more snow as we get closer to the end of spring, early summer, or just hope for rain. And of course, I don't mind the rain. I enjoy the rain. I miss the rain. I've got to say that that's probably one thing from growing up in Texas and listening to the rain hit the tin roof of my house when I was growing up and everything. I've got to say I miss that. There's nothing, you can't get any better night's sleep than listening to the rainfall and hitting a tin roof and the thunder in the distance and everything. Unfortunately, our rainstorms here in Colorado are sometimes quite abrupt. They're quite powerful. We have usually when it does rain, we'll get many inches all come kind of at one time, and that's not good, obviously. I would much rather have a system that kind of comes through, and maybe for like 2 days or so we just have a slow soaker, kind of like the kind of rains that we would get in Texas and other places like that, where it just rains for, you know, a couple of days. We get maybe a total of an inch or two out of that, but it's all spread out over a nice period of time. We can get sometimes an inch of rain in a period of like 15 minutes, and that causes all sorts of problems for us here here in Colorado and really all over the state. If you guys are kind of in the know, you might remember that we had a really bad fall a few years ago and had a lot of our mountain communities that basically got flooded out because of the intense rain that we got over such a short period of time. I mean, just downbursts of water, and then with it no place for it to go. But anyway, you guys don't necessarily tune in each and every episode to hear me talk about rain and snow and all that kind of stuff, but that is kind of the interesting story for today. Now, hopefully our New Holland tractor over there in the Penta DB50, I'm hoping that he has at least made one trip to the main farm to dump. I don't think our auger wagon here has basically emptied yet. I think he's still somewhat full. I am going to stop and wait for him because we're almost full. I'll come up a little bit more and go ahead and fill up. We may be in a little bit of a predicament where I don't know if he has the capacity to fit all of our corn in his auger tank, but we'll hopefully see if that will be the case. And we'll just pause here and let him empty us, and then hopefully he'll go back to the... Boy, that does empty fast. I do like that. Yeah, he's full, so he's headed... Hopefully he'll head over to the semi there and he'll empty out. And I will have to make a note to myself that those tracked vehicles, that just the turning radius is just really terrible, and it causes some problems. So hopefully he'll empty out okay. I adjusted the chute and everything, so hopefully it will remember that. And again, I've just got to say, when everything works great with Courseplay, it's such a joy to use. I mean, those guys have been working out quite well. They haven't got tangled up with each other. And our guy over here, well, he's slipping again because he is just going to cause me problems, cause me headaches. All right, well, he is all sorted out, and he is emptying. And he basically, I just had to get him on course, get him out of that jackknife situation, and he is, I think, going to do okay. So hopefully he'll get over here and empty us as we make our turn and start coming back the other direction, so we don't have to ruin immersion by having him come up on our left side there, on our crop side. Of course, Courseplay or your hired workers will not destroy crops if you have crop destruction turned on, which I do. But you just kind of have to close your eyes and just say, okay, well, this isn't really happening. It's not really, the guy's really not driving through my crops. Obviously, we would not want to do that in the real world, but, you know, we kind of have to understand that sometimes things can't be exactly as they would be in the real world, and that's okay. All right, so hopefully he will make it over here in time. He's got a couple of more percent, and he'll get over here. We will go ahead and finish our row up here, and then we'll let the New Holland take the rest of it. And then we will go ahead and won't end the episode just yet. I'm going to let this episode go a couple of more minutes long, and we will at least stick together and get a tally for how much corn we got off this field. And hopefully, I'm hoping that the DB50 has made at least one trip, if not maybe two, to the silo already. That would be nice. That would be nice, thinking that we've already been able to put away at least 50,000, maybe 100,000 liters of corn. I guess we could always cheat and take a look and see here. Corn. Where is corn? 97, no, that's not corn. This is corn. 50,000 liters. So he's made one trip down 49,999 liters of corn that he's put in there. So we're going to take ourselves off of the course there, and we're going to yield to him. And I'm going to call my driver over here. And I think I hear him behind us of transporting, but that's that. So we will go ahead and take this guy down here. Alright, let me just go over to this guy here, and we're going to basically, let's see, we need to crank him up and get him out of the way. And we're going to request a driver, and then we'll send that driver home. Hopefully the combine won't be in the way. Yep, that's looking pretty good. And then let's go over here and get in our semi here. It looks like we are full, unfortunately, with a little bit more to go there, but that's okay. I'll quit spinning the camera around, making you guys dizzy, and we'll haul this over to the main farm, and then we'll just do a tally and see how much corn we got off this. Would probably be somewhere in the, I would hope around 100 and hopefully 150,000, maybe 130,000, something like that. I don't know. I'm tired, can't do the math. While we're headed back to the main farm, I will, and we're needing some brakes here. Whoa, need to get the brakes checked out in this truck. I will just start my closing remarks and just thank everybody for watching the episodes here on the Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel, whether it be Midtown USA, Tazewell County, or Truck Sim, or anything else I may choose to put on the channel. I truly appreciate you guys tuning in each and every time to watch an episode. You guys are the best viewers in all of YouTube, and I mean that. And I really appreciate your friendship. I appreciate your advice at times. This truck is really struggling to get up this hill here, pulling 70,000 liters of corn. But yeah, you guys are the best viewers. I really appreciate all that you, your friendship and everything that you bring to my experience, because, you know, I do this sort of in the privacy, obviously, in the seclusion of my home, but essentially opening everything up, opening my life, my world, and everything up to you. You guys coming over to Discord, having conversation with me, leaving comments in the videos and everything. It is just really, really, a really great experience. And I think that I think I can speak for all of my friends that do YouTube content creation, like Eustace Pharmer, like Farmer Klein, like Doug Zorley. So many of us, I can say that for we do this for a passion. And I took that corner way too sharp. Um, but I don't really have a lot of control. This trailer is loaded and it's heavy and it's like driving on ice. But anyway, I think I speak for everybody when I say that we literally do this because we enjoy it. We enjoy the camaraderie that we all share when we come together for the mutual love of the game. And yeah, it's just it's a really, really great thing. All right, so keeping our fingers crossed, let's hope for at least 130, 140,000 liters. I don't know how full that Pinto was. If he was almost full, I would think we would have near 170,000 liters, but I don't think we're going to get there. 160. So maybe could we have 10,000 liters in that other remaining in the auger wagon? I don't know. We'll find out. I'll let you all know the next time that we come together just what we have. Now, the next time that we come together, I'm trying to think here, just sort of think out loud what we've got to do. Obviously, we're going to need to take care of our animals, but hopefully, just hopefully, we're going to have these 3 fields, which are soybeans, come due pretty quick. I would hope in the next couple of game days. Of course, I do remind you that we're in a rain. We've got a rain forecast there that doesn't look too good for the next 3 days. But then hopefully, game day 6, game day 7, fingers crossed. I'm hoping that we've got some good harvest weather for that, and I'm hoping those beans are going to be ripe and ready for the harvesting. And then we're gonna just get to town with that and get that done, and probably get to wrapping this series up pretty soon. That way we can, there's so many wonderful maps out there and so little time to get them all played. But anyway, folks, I appreciate you guys watching this episode. Please come back again for another episode very soon. Sorry I let this one run a little bit over, but I wanted to be able to tell you all how much we got there, and I'm sure you guys enjoyed that. So thank you again for your time, and take good care of yourselves and also of each other. God bless you all. Bye-bye.